Everything's racist. Even anti-racism. So there, I know it's complicated, but there was racism, right? And then there was not being a racist. So you're either a racist or you're not a racist. But then in the last few years, that's not good enough. It's not good enough to be not a racist. We hear from Ibram Kendi and Robin DiAngelo and all the other hustlers. So now you got to be an anti-racist. But then what I just learned yesterday, this one's going to shock you, is that anti-racism is racist.
Trish Farley, she's a white woman who I met when I started working with the People's Institute of Survival and Beyond. And she calls herself, and I'm borrowing this from her, but she calls herself a racist anti-racist. And I really love that term as a white woman because, again, you know this, and for those people familiar with the People's Institute, the definition of racism, as defined by them, is race prejudice plus power equals racism. So in that definition, I am, as a white person, a racist. It doesn't mean that that my beliefs are purposeful and I'm doing things on purpose. And yet I can't be a white person living in this society and not be benefiting from racism. So I love that term of, I'm a racist, anti-racist.
I'm a racist, anti-racist. So what she's saying, she actually didn't define it precisely, even according to her own kooky definition. She's saying that you need power. It's not just enough to have racial prejudice. Black people might hate white people, but we're defining black people as not having any power here. So they can't be racist. You need power in order to be racist. So the only racists, according to this definition, because white people are defined as the only ones with power, the only racists are white people. But she goes further. She doesn't just say that all racists are white people. She's saying all white people are racists. That even she, as an anti-racist, is a racist because white people can never overcome their racism, even if they become very conscious of it, even if they become activists on anti-racism, they still can't overcome their racism, which implies to me that maybe we should just give it up then. Who cares? If it's not possible, if all white people are racist and they cannot ameliorate this in any way, they can't overcome it, then all right, I guess that's just how we are. Okay. Where's the nearest hood? Because I'm told by reliable sources that there's no way to overcome it, so why would I try if you're telling me it's a futile attempt? But more, there's something even stupider about what she's saying, which is that it violates Aristotle's law of non-contradiction. You can't, two contradictory things cannot simultaneously be true. Two mutually contradictory things can't at the same time be true. I cannot at the same time be a racist and an anti-racist. It's not possible. I can't do it. Just like this leftist here's Tumblr cannot at the same time be black and white, right? To keep with our color and hue analogy, it can't at the same time be black and white because those are mutually exclusive things. They would contradict one another. It's not gray, right? It's either one or the other. Something cannot at the same time be true and false. It has to be one or the other. But they don't know that. They don't know that. So it's all racist. It's all anti-racist. It's lunacy. It's lunacy. And this is why, by the way, when you hear about critical race theory or you hear about some of this activism in the schools, one thing that keeps cropping up in all the pamphlets and all the lessons and all the PowerPoints is this idea that there is no objective truth. You remember that. In one of the anti-racist pamphlets from the Smithsonian, they said that objective truth, reality, reason, these are white supremacist dog whistles. Why? It's not just a funny quirk of this activism. This activism, this ideology must undermine objective truth. It must undermine logic. It must undermine reason. Because if you have logic, if you have reason, if there is objective truth, then the ideology doesn't make sense. If there is such a thing as logic, then you cannot be an anti-racist racist, a racist anti-racist. Ist, anti, this, that, and the other thing. You beautiful person. I'm so glad that you enjoyed that video. If you wouldn't mind leaving me a comment, that would make me feel very nice. Just saying, hey, Michael, nice sweater. Thank you. But also what I need you to do is go to wherever you get your audio podcasts and subscribe to The Michael Knowles Show. It could be Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, wherever. Head on over there right now. Take out the old phone. Here, I got mine. Got a lot of people spying on me, no doubt. Go type in, okay, podcasts. Go type in The Michael Knowles Show. Subscribe. It's so easy. You can leave a 5-star review if you want. We appreciate it. Helps us get around a little big tech censorship. We'll see you next time.